Welcome cartel members, Anons, Facebook friends, Twitter followers, random YouTube viewer, GLP viewer, TikTok viewer, anybody else that I might be forgetting. Thanks for joining me. My name is Julio. I am the Theorizing Theorist, and today we're going to dive right on into episode 2 of Sam Tripoli being a shill. Now, all this evidence we have here we're presenting today on this episode is from Reddit, and it led us down a particularly interesting rabbit hole. I like Sam, but I never knew he actually had a degree. Even a BS degree, a Bachelor of Science degree like psychology, takes work to get. I've listened to him since his first few podcasts with Ryan. He pretends to be stupid a lot. I find this very interesting. I appreciate someone asking questions. It's hard to trust any source. I'll reserve judgment on Sam until I hear something more concrete, though. How did his relationship with Joe Rogan end? He was his opener for a while. And I think they still work with each other behind the scenes. Don't know about he and Rogan ending anything. I only know what I've seen with my own eyes as well as heard with my own ears while he was partying it up at the Standard Hotel. Ding, ding, ding. I was deployed because of a war criminal lying to us all. I've sat across a table of Afghani warlords. I know the eyes of true evil people and how they'll laugh with you one day, they then try to slit your throat the next. My instincts tell me he's compromised. Mine too, sir. Mine too. Go roll your wheelchair around, you faggot gimp boy. LOL. Does your dick still work? You're basically a bitch now. Whatever. So basically, the shills come in, and they do hire shills, mind you. It's really easy. You hire one person with 10 accounts. You hire that one person, accelerates his business and gets 100 accounts, and it's really easy to overflow the comment section of anything. Anything. Even Biden. Even Trump posts, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, too wild for Joey. I have Warrants Diaz and Joe. I celebrated a chick aborting my baby on live radio, Rogan. The further you go back, the more coincidences you'll discover. Sam will start deleting tweets soon once Ray Chandler as Rachel Chandler and Epstein and trafficking news hits. Now, mind you, the last video I made about torture and all that had the security picture that supposedly came from Chandler, and it shows, I'm telling you, it shows a picture. They have a video camera inside of Moloch looking down at the poor kid as they're cooking him. Notice how Trump goes the deep state into pursuing impeachment. Innocent people can't wait to get to trial to shut everyone the fuck up and have a truthgasm hit the jury in the face. Sam says, bring it on, while blocking people. And he certainly blocked me. So, 17th letter, Anon has stated Ray Chandler Standard Hotel. Ray Chandler's Instagram has pictures with celebrities in the 90s such as Eminem and Puffy. Manager Pat was fired for interrupting Andre Balaz talking to Mick Jagger. John worked there for 2 years, and Sam worked there for 4 years, even though that hotel tried to fire you after 2. When Sam asked John about walking in on crazy shit, John poses a good question about whether Sam just opens doors to this hotel with celebrities. Sam diverts it to just drunk bitches on the weekends showing their pussies trying to check out the cars. So he slipped up and he admitted to working there for 4 years as a bellhop of sorts, as whatever you want to call them. Valet. And those guys, a lot of the times, they're the mafia's low henchmen, right? There's no fucking way that a control freak like Andre would allow his hotel guest cars be fucked with by drunk girls. If Q is correct, that was a hub of trafficking using modeling agencies as cover. Exactly. Ding, ding, ding. You know who gets rid of bodies? The grunts. Valet maintenance. Exactly. The housekeepers were trafficked as well, and probably after 2 years they were fired. This is how John of God operated for decades. Remember, the Standard was busted for pouring chemicals, and they blamed the pool boy. They're probably pouring out liquefied girls that got kidnapped, and this is what they've been doing for a long time. They have their system. Everyone thinks that they operate in these deep underground military bunkers, which they might hide there, but generally they own towns and cities, okay? And in these towns and cities, they got residential networks that are just full of these fucking freaks. I'm telling you. Sam goes deep until people state facts about Callan's dad being in the CFR, the same CFR that Biden was bragging to about Ukraine. Then he blocks them. I don't have a reason to lie. I unfortunately stumbled on this after buying his tickets. I'm actually heartbroken a bit, but I turned but turned into anger because his responses to my sincere inquiry, giving him more than one opportunity for him to clear things up. He failed many times and acts with a guilty conscience. He blocked me as well, and not only did he block me, since after the episode 1, he had all of his homies come out, and I'll make a video on that in episode 3 coming up, of how he blocked me and how he had his homies in Cash Daddies talk about, no, he's not a show, who would think? And they mock it to make anybody that might think that watches their show feel stupid for thinking that. It's a tactic, right? It's psychological tactics, psychological warfare, if you will. Okay, mate, you've gone deep, but don't you think Sam would stay under the radar if all of this was true? No, his job is to be in the radar. His job is to catch those that get too close to the truth and divert them. Trying to get ahead of the stories is what's possible due to gather support from as many as possible, so that you don't realize the person that saved you from a kidnapping wants you for themselves. Isaac Cappy, I'm an expertise in this, let's just say. Cappy literally called out names. You think these eyes wide shut parties happen only in mansions? No one would think twice about a hotel changing out furniture or carpeting, etc. Go watch Dave Chappelle's 2 specials where he says, what if these stories about Me Too, etc. isn't the worst of it? Now, Isaac Cappy, I do believe, is Jewish, and I do believe he is in Israel, and I believe his job was to, I don't know what his job was. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was in witness protection. They had him captured. They made him spill the beans, but I don't know if he's even alive or dead, honestly. So, but well, that's another story. Sam's fucked, in my opinion. He talks about Q because more proofs are coming to light. He's cornered into trying to claim innocence. If Cappy was nothing but knew what he knew, imagine how much Sam knows. And if you watch he has like 200 episodes, and he is highly knowledgeable in all of these subjects because they teach them this shit in Jew school when they're getting their fucking bar mitzvah, I think, or something. I think that's the graduation. If Cappy was nothing but new, imagine how much Sam knows. Job. Once this hits big, he'll claim victimhood status of the job he held for 4 years. So, if you notice, he's now in charge of Rockfin. It has about 10,000 subscribers, the entire fucking channel. It's a garbage app. Facts. I mean, it's just garbage because nobody uses it, and Sam's in charge of the directory. He's already gatekeeping, and he admits and brags to it, which I can show you proof of, but yeah, he admits to gatekeeping there. It's in his own fucking words, guy. Go to qmap.pub and search Ray Chandler. You just choose to not look at all the facts. This is the new cherry picking that horrible Christians do to justify their existence against a system of truth that they themselves don't adhere to the rules of. Now, I want anybody that's listening, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, follow, all that garbage, but more importantly, please comment down below if you're a day oneer with me, because I've covered Ray Chandler extensively, and we even found her Instagram account, and I'm telling you, I break open these cases every fucking time. All right. And I'm not trying to brag. I mean, I use all you guys. You guys send me info. And if you want to send me info, go to your email account and send me one at anallamericancartellllc@gmail.com. No dash in the middle, just an allamericancartellllc@gmail.com. So anyway, bro, I'm telling you, none of what you are saying makes any sense. This is a good one. Watch. What does Rachel Chandler have to do with the Standard Hotel? Now, this is a guy waking up here in a second. What does Rachel Chandler have to do with the Standard Hotel? Question mark. And it's like question mark. He goes and looks it up, finds interesting information, then he's like, oh fuck, and then he comes back and he goes, edit. Okay, I found info about the Q post and linking Rachel with the photos and whatnot. Can you walk me through how you connect Sam to this? Oh my god, son, just sit down and believe at this point. If you no, don't do that. Just, you're gonna have to traverse these rabbit holes on your own to fully understand. Watch the video. It explains everything I have up to this point. Now, of course, the video is gone. There's nothing left. Sam does a really good job of deleting a lot of this stuff, or his peoples do. I'm Tripoli's broker. Or Booker, Billy Spud, love your show. Maybe there's a misunderstanding on your part. Hopefully I can explain. Sam's apprehension toward having Alex Jones on the cast at this turbulent time has nothing to do with YouTube ad revenue. Tinfoil hat videos are not monetized by Sam or YouTube. If YouTube plays an ad on the TFH video, it does not go to Sam, it goes to YouTube. Sam has what I call new parent syndrome. Having children born in February, he is certainly protective of his only source of income, considering he has had his whole channel and wiped of YouTube twice before. Although he does not make money directly from YouTube, indirectly the ads on his show do pay his bills, stand-up comedy, his other source of income. income is in jeopardy, with most venues still closed due to the liberal psychopathogenic China virus. As far as being a bitch ass, that's subjective. I too disagree and told Sam he should have them on. Although I understand his concern, Jones has his own huge platform and doesn't need Tripoli to put him on TFH. And Ryan Dawson is an OG of TFH with more appearances on the show than most guests. So in conclusion, I hope this clears up any confusion. I think you're entitled to feel however you want to feel about Tripoli. I'll still give you guys $1 a month because I like your shit, and I'll invite you both again to be guests on Tinfoil Hat whenever you'd like. Email, whatever. Yours truly, War Mode Patreon Mark Steves. So go Google Mark Steves, find out who that is. Maybe send me some info, comment down below. And then Cool Mike goes, are we compromised now? Basically saying, yeah, Mossad's watching you guys. Now, they're not watching you, but your name's definitely in a database at this point. And if it keeps coming up, then they'll start watching you. With the possibility of a WM/TFH collab in our future, I can tell you I'm definitely compromised right now. LOL, I work for Tripoli. I promise you he's not smart enough to be a paid shill or disinfo asset for the Illuminati. Please excuse my child walking in the background. Jesuit, CFR, Jews, Satanists, or whoever the fuck else is sticking their slimy fingers in the global power cookie jar. And those same peoples are also sticking their slimy fingers in little children. Let's just be honest. It's in our face at this point, and you could either choose to look at it. It's not even a veil. You can just choose to look at it, or you can just try to close your eyes and use your lids as veils, I guess. So I have a hard time believing he isn't smart, since all roads of the realms familiar to him eventually lead to Zog. I'm sure he knows and is just protecting his reputation, which there is literally nothing wrong with in my eyes. It's the smart and sane thing to do for a guy like him, and he shouldn't be pressured into talking about it. But I do not in any way buy that he isn't smart enough. Yeah, you saw my last video on the subject. He's totally a smart gentleman, educated, and he plays the role of this fucking obnoxious, just like Alex Jones. And that's their role. They anybody that wants to believe in these conspiracies goes there, or you tell anybody new and they see these fucking buttheads acting a fool, and it's easy to dismiss these. But that's what's great about these people. They really expose a lot of the truth to us, because they have to and act silly at the same time to really make anybody go into that truth think it's silly, right? That's why you see Alex Jones in a tinfoil hat at times, and Sam Tripoli's logo is literally a tinfoil hat with him. You know what I'm saying? They're not taking this seriously. Let's just be honest. For the record, Tripoli is the GOAT. Tinfoil Hat has sent me down all these rabbit holes. Email me. I booked Mac McCusker on Tripoli's Spiritual Podcast, and he must have sent you info I like. Had asking him too. I mean, yeah, Tripoli is an intelligent guy, but if he was a paid asset or shill, he has already done enough to expose way more than any smart, deceptive person would. So you guys aren't seeing it. And Crow Rising is Dick Ryder. Might even be Sam Tripoli, but definitely that's true though. Sam's genuine nature is hard to miss. He's a transparent and imperfect guy. Go look at the video where his 65-year-old Jewish wife tried kissing him on live TV, and he fucking gave her the death stare. Like, bitch, no, you didn't. I mean, he is not a good guy, you can tell. Why does Sam do a podcast with a guy whose dad is in CFR? Is XG really as retarded as it seems? Johnny's dad is CFR or XG. Now, XG is just being used. He probably don't know anything really. He probably just sits there and shows up, and that's why they kind of clown on him. I mean, he's Mexican. Callan, whatever. Oh, well, to be fair, that is a debate show, and Tripoli calls Callan a lizard person every time he mentions the conspiracy hour. Callan sucks in my opinion, but on a personal level, I'm sure him and Sam are friends, and that's cool. I can't hate in that, despite the fact that he is an elitist lizard person and Sam is debating him. More credit to Sam. He could just ride his dick like Shop. Now, he does. Right now, Brian, you gotta understand, Brian Callan is way more popular than Sam Tripoli, and he pulls in the views. He's carrying Sam. He's helping Sam out because that's what they do. That's what they do, plain out and simple. You know what I'm saying? It's their job, right? And if one of them hits big, perfect, right? And others sit in the background, dick riding like everybody else. So I honestly haven't listened to this show at all. Good on Sam for calling out Callan, even if it's playful. Good looking out. The transparency is cool to see. The 5-second clip from earlier in the week between Callan and Sam is pretty illuminating in my opinion, but what the hell do I know? It's at least funny. So now that's the point. So what if Brian Callan really is a lizard person? I'm serious. Now you see how you fucking almost laugh and mock me already? You know what I'm saying? Like, I only believe in God 100%, but is it possible? Of course. And that's their point. That's why everything they say, maybe the lizard part is not right, but what if everything they say is true and that's their whole gig, that's their whole shtick? is making the truth look silly. I think Owen threw himself under the bus. Don't get me wrong, I listened to Legion of Skanks and like when Owen Benjamin was on in past episodes, but as far as I know, Owen Benjamin burned that bridge with Tripoli, not the other way around. Tripoli may have thrown him under the bus in response to an unwarranted attack, but as far as buses go, Owen took a nap in the street. So now, before we continue, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment down below your thoughts. I really do need you guys to comment. It really does encourage me. And if you want to donate, even $1 really does help. It shows the extra effort you're willing to go for the extra efforts that I'm willing to go. It's like 100 likes at once. So just $1 would really help. It really is a good pat on the back for me. So please consider donating. The links are down below in the description box. There's a PayPal link, a Cash App link, and a Venmo link. I know it's not really popular anymore with everybody asking for donations, but I really do need it for a satellite from Elon Musk, Starlink. I live out in the boonies, and I would love to have a faster speed. I'm running off my 4G phone speed. So anyway, but as far as buses go, Owen took a nap, and we read that already, and Crow Rising, laughing, of course, because he's a shill. So, and as far as a shtick, Tripoli's comedy speaks for itself. Where's Owen Benjamin? Not on tour despite the COVID hoax. Not a past regular at the world-famous comedy show. Not the producer of the #1 live comedy show, Comedy Chaos, at the most well-known comedy club in the world. So, I mean, there's just his gatekeeping. There's his accolades. There's his rewards for being such a good gatekeeper. And his new accolade is his new reward is the Rockfin, whatever, senior, what is he, director of comedy. And he's a funny guy, man. I'm not trying to really be a hater. I like watching him. He makes me laugh, but I understand that he's a shill, and the stuff he's saying is actually real. The shtick refers to calling him crazy for questioning the moon landing, then spouting the same theories 2 weeks later. This goes further back than you've been around. Sam threw Owen under the bus for saying N on stage. Whoa, man, that's too far. Sam the edgelord. Now, that's the thing that pisses me off. He's okay with Bobby Lee telling jokes about him raping a fucking minor in Mexico and power raping her because he felt so bad. And I made a video on that went viral, and it's great. I like exposing these people. Whether it be true or not, I find it humorous. And isn't that the standard for these people? If it's comedy, it's free game. There's no limits, right? But apparently N-word is too far, man. I mean, this guy's a basic shill. Okay, bro, keep up the negativity, all to defend Owen Benjamin. Who gives a fuck? Like I said, been a fan of him since he was on LOS, Legion of Skanks, whatever, in 2014. So further back, I'm aware of the dirt you're digging up, as minuscule as it is. I remember when the Owen Benjamin thing happened. I remember that Owen burnt the bridge, and I remember Sam Tripoli reaching out multiple times to clear things and settle the beef, but Owen said fuck off. So good for you for pointing out that Sam is an edgelord. I guess that makes you a retard. That math makes no sense. So anyway, obviously what we're talking about is this guy is a shill for a shill, right? He's just there. It's probably actually Sam Tripoli himself. Might be some of his people that he's hired, or some of his people that he has on the payroll, so to speak, or his higher ups have on the payroll to protect one of their assets. Yeah, if you watch my last video, you can see that Owen Benjamin plays ball at the end, and he plays ball with Rockfin, and he was willing to play ball as far as not mentioning Holocaust and all that. So for me, you can see them from a mile away, these shills, right? And you know what I mean by shills. Look around. Tony Hinchcliffe, all of them, shills. Red Bar, Red Band, all of them, shills. Okay? BLG started getting called a shill by different outlets, and he ended up ghosting a lot of people he had connections to. Maybe he thought Sam had him on the show to poke at him, and this is why he chose to do it to the Tinfoil Hat podcast. And then Nathan Roberts goes, I like that theory. Let's read it again. BLG started getting called a shill by different outlets, and he ended up ghosting a lot of people he had connections to. Maybe he thought Sam. See, that's what I'm saying. He used to be on the in, and now he's kind of like off the reservation. I said that in the last video. Go check it out. You misspelled his name, of course, but him being on Mount Rushmore of this show says a lot. One of the dumbest, most ridiculous people on any podcast ever. And then Turbulent Ranger 8560 goes, it is what it is, and I hate that fucking... I use it too sometimes, but it's such a lame... I mean, it makes sense sometimes, like a period. But that goes without saying, in other words. You don't need to say it. So on the Tinfoil Hat podcast, Sam Tripoli's "Oh my God" and Duncan Trussell's "Whoa" make them both sound really disingenuous. And like they're leaning too hard into the stereotypes, especially when it's in response to something mundane or not even really out of the ordinary. Does anyone else find it slightly annoying at all? It's not annoying. It's psychological warfare. It's sociological warfare. They're performing this on the masses, not just on single people. So they need to numb you almost. You posting this makes you seem really disingenuous, like you're leaning too hard into stereotypes, especially because it is in response to something mundane and not even really out of the ordinary. I find it more than slightly annoying. And then she goes, "Well, you got me there, pal." And that's true. But annoying is, it happened again. Because in the day, she was just asking a fucking question, seeing if anybody else thought that. And that's how these gatekeepers work and their peoples work. They shut down any dissent immediately, and they make it to where anybody else that's coming, that's not going to comment, but just coming, and then they like to scroll the comment section. Bam, there they are. So, edit. However, someone screaming "Oh my God" at multiple points during every conversation they have is kind of out of the ordinary. And that was from that girl. You got me there, right? It's Sam, dude. If you don't like it, don't listen, right? It happened again. But I mean, again, someone screaming "Oh my God" at multiple points during a conversation they have is kind of out of the ordinary. If you look at the Benjamin conversation he had, he wasn't doing that. He was mad. And no, man, that's something you either can't control or you can control, right? And without stuttering, without going, he was going off, right? And you could tell he was a different person in that video. His Jewness showed, his Jewness flared out, if you will. And I'm not even against Jews. I'm not anti-Semitic. I love everybody. I only believe in God. But anyway, as someone who sounds like they are doing a fake surfer laugh, sometimes we can't help our sounds. Haha. Does anyone here think Sam is a shill? Yes. Sometimes Duncan's woes sound just like a canned response, but it's a podcast and he probably does it just to sound engaged and intrigued. That's possible too. Very probable. Highly probable. Being a character because the show doesn't want a fucking monocast person sitting there, "Well, let's discuss Bigfoot," right? You listen to anyone talk for hours and hours and hours, you will probably notice some similar tendency of theirs as well. And that's true. I might be totally hyper focusing on Sam like this, but that's the thing, they could easily clear it up and just put me on their show or put the other people on their show. We'll talk about that here in a minute. No, you don't need to stop listening because you notice this. I love Duncan and all, but some of these people need to pull their head out of his ass. And they're all saying this, right? My favorite is when he goes, "Unbelievable." But yeah, they're all saying this. Duncan, look at what episode he was on Joe Rogan and how they celebrated. Where was the celebration for episode 777? Only for 666, really? Duncan Trussell is a big pharma shill, or ignorant as fuck at least. It sucks because I loved him. I don't know about the big pharma shill. I've never seen him promote prescriptions. So anyway, that's because he is trolling. That's what Nathan Explosion says. And how do you know that, Nathan? That's kind of their game. That's what they want you to think. He's trolling. See, they're talking about it openly. They wouldn't be allowed to if it was real, right? But if they were talking about it seriously, right, then maybe you would take it more serious. LOL, what I would do is just quit listening. If you had to search this hard for criticism of the show, take the time to get on social media and post in the show's subreddit. You should step away and find other hobbies. Also, you do realize that the show is listed and categorized as comedy show, right? I believe Sam and the crew believe in what they're doing and some of the theories they are covering, but at the end of the day, it's an entertainment show, interesting information presented in an entertaining way. There it is, all in one paragraph. How many forms of entertainment do you take in that doesn't play up the exchanges? You should just listen to sports talk, probably. And they do the same thing there, too. Who cares about sports? I do, but with that much emotion. So anyway, that's the end of this show. Next episode, we're going to cover Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, and Sam Tripoli's connection, and all these people's connection to, I don't want to say an enemy of mine because I don't know him personally, but a guy that's suing me named Gabe Hoffman, of an open secret, right? Now, this is the coup de grace. This is the death blow to prove that Eddie Bravo is a shill. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You're going to see my evidence presented. So we know, or it's alleged, I should say, that Gabe Hoffman is a member or affiliated with the Mossad organization. A lot of people say that. Isaac Cappy said that. And here he is, as you see, the producer. He was with Milo Yiannopoulos, another one of them. what's her name? That Laura, whatever her name, Laura Kraft. Anyway, yeah, here you go. An open secret on Sam Tripoli, episode number 140 with Gabe Hoffman. And I've asked him about him, and he tries to play dumb. But Gabe Hoffman, if you don't know, is a hedge fund manager that has about 200 million. He has a giant short. He's shorting Tesla, right? Or whatever it's called. But here you go, tinfoil hat with Sam Tripoli interviews an open secret. And there's my man, Sam Tripoli, with a tinfoil hat on his head, acting and looking crazy. That's the point. That's the shtick. Nobody goes to Joe Rogan without being a verified Freemason. They're all friends and help each other out, keeping their characters fooling the masses on the world stage. Seen here on Jerry with devil horns and tongue out, mocking the people. That award is an obelisk, indeed very Masonic. And I showed you that video in episode 1. Man of the Year awards. God knows he probably, because he had that one comedy show, but they give them, they support them infinitely, right? But they give them an allowance, let's just say. Fuck this guy and the clique he claims. Fuck this guy and the clique he claims Sammy T is solid. No, he isn't. Oh, okay. You've met him and talked to him? No, he shows you who he is and the real person, if it's a character, right? If it's really him, then we know he's a bullshit. He's an asshole, right? But if it's something different, which we know too, it's also an asshole. Ask his ex-wife. Joe Biden, have you met? Have you talked to him actually? So here's where the rabbit hole takes a right turn. So Joe Biden, have you met him? Have you talked to him? I've actually talked to him online, but yeah, maybe I'm just a hater. So, and here we go. He was very rude to this native guy, regular from Alaska at the comedy club. He was rude to Matthew North, R.I.P., who was a 19-year-old bullied by Zionists. He covers for Zionists because he knows that conspiracy will cost him money. Called Mike David of Red Bar a pedophile with zero evidence. And Mike David is also a Jew, okay? But I went and looked into Matthew North, and very interesting stuff. And my next episode is going to cover that fully. It's going to be its own series in regards to Joe Rogan, I do believe. But there will be an episode 3 of Sam Tripoli as well, and how he fucked up, right? So be sure to subscribe, like, share, follow. And again, this guy exposes him, Joe Rogan, for a lot of things very thoroughly, and disappeared in 2019. He's no longer with us, let's just say. I'm trying to find any evidence of him being alive or dead, but there's just too much evidence of him being dead.